How is everybody doing? How is things going? Look at that old Buick, huh? Alright, so today we're headed down to the Spaghetti Warehouse because on December 30th, 2025, the Spaghetti Warehouse here in Syracuse will be closing its doors. And as for the last meal, for myself, I'm not really sure what I'm going to get, but my wife and my kid both want lasagna. And for whatever I'm going to get, and my son, he's getting the lasagna, we're also going to cook up some venison meat and mix it in there. I introduced my son to venison meat maybe about a week ago. Yeah, I'll say last week I introduced Declan to venison steaks, but I digress. So Google posted on their homepage that the Spaghetti Warehouse, for whatever reason, I don't really remember, but they're going to close their doors and they're going to... So right here, if you notice where I'm walking at, right? This right here is the Catawba and North Salina Bridge that cuts over 81. We're going to go over here. If you see that building right there, that is the Spaghetti Warehouse. It's just on the other side of that, actually. That's where we're going to get our spaghetti. I think I'm going to get spaghetti meatballs and maybe a piece of sausage. But every so often I'll post a video about the infrastructure here in Syracuse, and what's going on here is they're changing it. This actually right here, going all the way down to those green signs, the highway signs right there, was the old entrance for 81 here in downtown Syracuse, but because of the infrastructure changes, they're changing a lot of things. Like over on Burnett, they're putting a brand new entrance to the highway where there was not one at all before. So a lot of good things are going to happen. Some sad things like Spaghetti Warehouse closing its doors. But like I said, it's just on the other side of this building. And these are luxury lofts. If you had to ask me what the name of this was, I couldn't tell you. Alright, so here we are right here. This is the moniker for the Spaghetti Warehouse restaurant here in Syracuse, New York. Right behind them, obviously, you see the parking lot, and usually this is all filled. So if you wanted to book an event, before December 30th, now would be definitely the time to do it if they're still accepting. Alright, so I'm about to go in. I just showed you the original time of the opening and closing. Post-pandemic schedule is actually up here. I remember this place being open really early in the morning, like 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. That's kind of early for a restaurant, but I digress. Let's get the video started and let's move forward. Alright, see it says pull. We're going to walk in for one last time. Here we have some wall art. Nothing really modern. This is more like a Tiffany style lamp. And here is something going on with this kid. Alright, there's no solicitation. And over here we have more retro wall art. And if you stop over here, you can drop your bus card for weekly drawings. And people are doing that. They're probably not still doing that because they're closing December 30th. Here we have a Carter Rose Weird Wonderful Wizard. It almost sounds like the Disney thing. The Wonderful World of Disney, if you say it like that. And right here we have the Barnum and Bailey poster. They at one time actually came to Syracuse before closing its doors. I think around 2013, 2014 they had closed the metaphorical doors for the business. Here's the General Advertising Company. That's a local company here in Syracuse. Gorgeous window right there. Very Tiffany styled. Let's walk over here. You can entertain others and enjoy playing our 100-plus-year-old piano, which is not in here. You have the king, queen chair. In the background is the Ringling Brothers. And as you can tell, they still celebrate even though we're closing here. Here's some old vintage furniture. I wonder if they're going to be selling any of this stuff off. That would be really cool to know. Look at the ornate door. There's a lot of work put into this, and this is a real door. I hope that's not somebody's office. And right here is one of the original cash registers that was used. We have old school relics, Nature's Remedy, Gray's syrup of red spruce gum for coughs and colds. And we have Deer Hockey, a modern game. And then you have all of this. The last time I was there, I came over here, showed you guys some of this stuff, I think. But you got a basketball SU hoop game going on here. And then right there is somebody's office.
I just want to make sure you didn't pay. Yeah, that's fine. No, that's fine. I just want to make sure everything was okay.
Ask for
Okay.
Dawson's Perfection Whiskey. A bit warmer in here. And this is our final look for the Spaghetti Warehouse. Beautiful table settings, and right to the right of me you'll see in a minute that there's a dining cart from a railroad station. I'm not exactly sure what the history of that is, other than Syracuse being a salt city and there was trains running through. They could just only be that. Well, this dining cart is from New York State Railway. And as you can see, there's tables lined up right along the way. And I'm going to try to get in here. I can't right there because there's a table. But if I go on the other side, I will be able to walk in and give you guys a good showing. I just put my order in. I told them I was getting a plate of spaghetti and two 15-layer lasagnas that the Spaghetti House is known for. Let's stand back and just take this in as a gander. Here's a trellis, maybe? I'm not exactly sure what this is called, but as far as it goes, in the 50 years that I've lived here in Syracuse, I have never been this far into the Spaghetti Warehouse. And this right here looks like somebody had a birthday here. I want to go ahead and say thank you to the person in front who's allowing me to record this vlog. And before I go any further, we just lost one of the best YouTubers that YouTube has probably ever seen. In fact, he was one of the people who created the niche movie filming locations. And right now, I just want to give a moment of silence and rest in peace to Adam Nawu, also known as Brian Williams, I believe what his real name was. Yeah.
They told me to come ask you.
Let's go over here. Old Gold cigarettes, not a cough, in a carload. Tripping over stuff here, trying to get a good shot. Everything is just a mess right now. These are the chairs I just tripped over. But we have this guy. To make the world a decent place to live in, do your part, buy U.S. government bonds. Third Liberty Loan. They have church pews here. Again, a lot of this is really new. So, for me it is. I literally have never been back to the party area. Let's get a good view of this right here. Here's the front of it. Lang Brothers Distillers and Blenders, Glasgow and Killarn. Over here we have Abdullah, superb cigarettes. And here they have a bar. Let's come over here, see what they have for all wall art. We have Cuervo, Tomorrow is Overrated. And we have a Syracuse Spa Pale Ale. There's actually, right here in Syracuse, the such factory is actually. No fun thing to know. Look at the gorgeous woodwork. Here we have Deep Eddy Vodka, column distilled in small batches. Austin's original Deep Eddy Ruby Red Vodka, grapefruit infused vodka. Here we have Hendrick's Gin. Right here we have Deep Eddy Cranberry infused vodka. And more Deep Eddy. So, this is us leaving for the last time here at the Spaghetti Warehouse. Today's date is December 22nd, 2025. Thank you, sir. Sirs. And as we say goodbye, let's turn around and walk away slowly. Oh, if I didn't mention it in the beginning of this video, kids eat free on Monday. Today is Tuesday. There's one more Monday in this year the kids get to eat for free. Let's get a...
That's not a lot. Okay. Yeah.
They used to sell 15-layer lasagna. I'm not sure what that is. That's about 4 layers. And I got one for my wife as well.